Well, how goes it, y'all? It has been a nice little minute. It's been about a month, almost 2 months since I have sat down and chit chatted with y'all. But I've been all over the place doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I revamped my whole website. So I hired a web designer who didn't really work out. And so that's a whole process that's going on. But um, I took the time to learn how to do it myself. So now I have yet another skill up under my belt. Yay. Um, no, but so I redid the whole thing. It's good to go for the most part. I haven't added my blog page because I haven't figured out how to get emails to come to me from the little form that's implemented on the website. Uh, so that's really the only thing that's stopping me. So like if you want to subscribe, that won't come to me, whatever, however you do it. But I'm still working on that. So if y'all know somebody, help a sister out. But really, that's the only hold up as far as trying to email me. But you can email me directly. So like I have my email, all my contact information is right there on the website. You just won't be able to click on the little form and email me that way because it may or may not come to me. It might go to my spam and then it might not go to my spam at all. So it's just best to email me directly right now. um, but if you are wanting to schedule an appointment, those come to me because it's through uh, the appointment app that I use or whatever you want to call it, it's through the appointment application. So those will come to me. So that's not a problem. It's just when you are trying to send me a personal email or something like that. Um, and my voice is a little groggy because I just woke up. Um, so, I got frog throat. Anyway, um, so today, I'm not super hyped. I am, but, just I ain't all over the place. Anyway, um, I'm on Save the Babies Part 3, Part 4. Maybe this is the third one. I don't know, y'all. I really haven't been on my YouTube to see. So, you know, whichever one it is, I'll put it in the description. That's another thing. I always put a bunch of crap in the description box. So, look down there for information that I may or may not miss when I'm yapping off in the video because y'all know I rambles and wanders off. And that's just me. So, about a week ago or so, yeah, about a week ago, I was on Facebook and somebody posted something like they are making a mandate. I'm gonna put my hair up in a ponytail because it's getting on my nerves. They making a mandate to allow high schoolers to take a mental health day, and you know, the the person who posted it was like, "Oh my God, what's next?" or something, and the kids are just we are raising a bunch of pussies or something. And y'all, like, I get real irritated when people treat babies like they don't have feelings, like they're not human, um, and they don't experience life just like adults experience life. It my core, like it aggravates me to my core. So that's something that I'm working on. I know I'm always on here preaching about compassionate detachment and all of this other stuff, and that's still true. But it don't stop me from being irritated when I see people treat babies like, you know, they just they don't deserve to be treated like humans. So my issue with And then, somebody else got on there and they was like, well, I thought that's what, uh, spring break was for, and Christmas break, and all of these breaks that they supposed to get. And here's the thing: we as adults have PTO, right? We get PTO, and um, we gotta request it, put in for it, sometime ahead before we actually plan to take that PTO. But in needing to plan to take that PTO, right? Life happens every day. Life happens at work. Life happens outside of work. Life is life, and it starts to wear on you after a while. Okay, you may or may not be dealing with a whole bunch of crap at home, and even if you ain't dealing with a whole bunch of crap at home, you might be dealing with a whole bunch of crap at work. You got coworkers who irk. You got supervisors, managers, bosses, whatever the hell you want to call them, that irk, right? They irk. And you have a build up of just frustration and pressure, things that are getting on your nerves, to the point where you might decide that you want to you're going to call in and be like, you know what? I can't deal with life today. I need to take a day. I need a mental health day. So what do? You call in sick. You call in and tell them, oh my God, this has happened. You come up with any old excuse to take a mental health day, because most jobs don't allow you to take a mental health day. So you call in sick and you take a um, unplanned PTO day, right? Children are the same. They are in the real world, like the little person put up under there. Wait until they get a taste of the real world. Uh, I don't know what world they think that children are living in, but it is a real world for them. Like, I don't understand why adults get older and completely forget what it meant to be a child. Like, they are smaller versions of you. They are small humans who haven't reached a certain height, but it does not mean that they are inhuman. They are human nonetheless. They're just tiny little humans running around with feelings and thoughts and emotions and frustrations and stress. Babies get stressed. They especially get stressed because they are dealing with adults who have stress. And those adults who have stress sometimes take those frustrations and their stress and their um, bad mental health days out on the children. They tend to take it out on whoever is around. Children are dealing with adults who feel like they are infallible and don't know, or excuse me, who are never wrong. Okay, they know it all, and they are dealing with year-round schooling, excessive homework. Children are put into constant competition. Like, from the moment that child entered this world, they were put into a state of constant competition. They are in competition with their siblings. Some children are in competition with their parents. Not on the child's part, it's because the parent is in competition with the child, because the parent is jealous at what the child is doing, or the parent is trying to live vicariously through the child. So in doing that, they put the child in a constant competition. They are in constant competition with other countries, and a bunch of other, just a host of things, because we have gotten to a point in society where um, everybody wants to be the next genius. Everybody wants to be the next person who has discovered the next best thing that will make them famous and popular and keep their name in history. Okay, so you have that going. Like, okay, I think in one of my videos I talked about how, you know You over in China, you know how they have the kids, the babies who are um, making feats at 2, 3 years old. All right, that's beautiful. That's great. I don't knock that. That's beautiful when you have babies who come into this world and they are doing amazing things at a young age. But that shouldn't be something that is forced on them to do. Let babies be babies, okay? And if you are in a constant state of competition, that means you are in constant, let's just say, fight or flight mode, okay? And what does that do? That's raising the cortisol in your body. And the cortisol is what? A stress hormone, because it kicks in to let you know, hey, you you need to be on high alert right now because something is going on that says be on high alert. And if your body is in a constant state of stress, guess what that's going to do? It's going to wear on your mental health. It's going to wear on your arteries. It's going to wear on your organs. It's going to wear on your whole entire being. Okay. And children experience this because they are what? They are little humans. Okay. They're not animals. They're not kids. I know I say kids. Everybody say kids, but a kid is really a goat. Okay. And I've said before, maybe if we stop calling them kids and call them children, we'll start recognizing that they are humans. That is a lot of the issue in this society. We have come away from everything that is natural. And we are just living in such an unnatural state that we have dehumanized each other. Everybody, like everybody is dehumanized, from the women to the children to the black folks. The All right, look, I'm not trying to go down that path. That's a whole other story, whole other subject for a different day. Okay, but we have come away from what it means to be human. And children are little humans. I cannot stress that enough. They feel. That's like I remember growing up, I used to hear people say, well, when you have a little boy and the doctors want to circumcise the little boy, they'd say something like, um, they don't give them anesthesia or anything to numb them because they don't feel it. The hell? What you mean they don't feel it? Um, if somebody was putting an incision into your penis or cutting into any part of your body, wouldn't you feel it? You have nerves, don't you? You're a human, you have nerves. It's a child, it's a human child. He has nerves. If you cut into him, he's going to feel it. It's essentially the same thing. Oh, wait till they get into the real world. They are in the real world. Don't um trivialize the child's feelings, because that's when you end up with suicide, and that's when you end up with school shootings, because the adults around this child are not listening. They ain't listening. They like, oh, that's life. It's all right. I went through the same thing when I was a kid, and you know, you'll get over it. That's just what kids do, or that's just what happens in life. And you toss their feelings to the side. All right. Remember what you just said? I went through that when I was a kid. Pause. When you went through that as a child, how did it make you feel? Were you okay? Were you stressed? Were you just like, meh? That's what kids do. That's what happened in life. Or did you go to some adult and have a conversation and was like, somebody bullying me, or I tried to talk to the teacher about my homework and he or she wasn't hearing what I had to say and they weren't trying to accept what it was, or um, I failed this test, and because I failed this test, now I got to do this makeup assignment on top of all this homework that I have, or um, this test might mean that I don't get into this college, or I didn't make the team because I wasn't able to run this amount of my, like, those things are very real for that child right then and there, because that is what they are experiencing in life. And just because you get grown or become an adult, Um, and you are having different experiences that you feel like are more challenging than what a child might be going through, does not invalidate what that child is going through. Okay, that is the phase of life that they are in right now. You were once in that phase of life, and it was once very trying for you. It once caused you stress. Okay, you just moved on to a different stage in life, and now you're dealing with the stressors and the headaches and the depressions of that age and stage and phase of life. But think back, you were once there. Okay, and when you was there, what did you feel like? Did you want somebody to tell you, uh, I mean, that ain't no big deal? Or did you want them to listen to you and help you figure out a way to move through what was causing you blockages or causing you stress or causing you sadness? And if they didn't do it, what did you then feel? Did you feel alone in the world? Did you feel let down? Did you feel like nobody understood you? Did you feel like nobody around you was listening or even noticed what you were going through? Yep, yep, you probably did. I ain't saying everybody. Yeah, yeah. Every person, every human that has ever lived on this earth and went to school has had a day where shit just, okay, excuse, nope, nope, stuff just wasn't going right. All right. It was not a good day. And that not good day, not so good day turned into a not so good week, turned into a not so good month because it just seemed like everything that could go wrong went wrong. Yep, children experience that. Yes, they absolutely do. You know why? You know why they experience it? Because they are humans. They are little humans. They have the same experiences. It's just at a different age and stage and phase. They are experiencing what children experience. Then they'll get older and they'll experience what teenagers experience. And then they'll get older and they'll experience what young adults experience. And then they'll get older and they'll experience what middle age adults experience. And then they'll get even older and they will experience what old age people experience. Because stages, phases, and ages in life. And there's stress in every stage of life. Why do you think a baby cries? Oh, because the baby can't talk. The baby can't articulate what it is that they are feeling. So they cry to let you know, hey, I'm stressed out right now. Stressed out. I got this diaper on me. It's wet. It's making me uncomfortable. It's something in it. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it and I want it off of me. Hey, hey, I'm stressed the hell out right now because I'm hungry and you ain't paying me no attention and I'm trying to tell you I'm hungry over here. Hey, hey, I'm cold. Can you wrap me up in this blanket? Because I don't know what this is right now and I just need some heat. Hey, hey, um, I need some love and affection. Can you pick me up and cuddle me and hold me? Because I'm stressed out right now because I'm feeling like, what is all of this in this world around me? Okay, the baby can't talk, but the baby is crying because the baby is stressed and the baby is going to need some hours. So for a baby, they might spend an hour just screaming to the top of their lungs. That's their mental health day. Okay, they needed a mental health day. They just needed your undivided attention that day. They wanted you to just sit and hold them and cuddle them and pay them all the attention in the world. Nobody else gets your attention. That's that baby taking a mental health day. Okay, all right, taking a mental health moment, whatever you want to call it. Children need mental health days, just like adults need mental health days, because they are experiencing life. Life is stressful. I don't care what age you are, life is stressful. You have stressful moments. You just have those days where you like, you know what, to the world. That's you. Oh, that's you. And you just go and you shut yourself in. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want nobody to breathe on you. You don't want nobody to even think about you. Because when they think about you, they might come bother you. Okay? Yep, yep. Babies experience that. Children experience that. Teenagers experience that. So it's okay for them to need a mental health day before spring break, before winter break, before Christmas break, before whatever break it is that they are scheduled to take. Life builds up, it becomes pressure. And so they need a moment. You need a moment, don't you? They ain't no different. They ain't no different. So stop it. Like, as adults, we really need to stop ignoring the fact that, excuse me, babies, you know, um, go through stuff. They are intelligent, just like we. A child can sometimes teach you something that you ain't even know. Okay, they can teach you some stuff if you listen. If you don't have that, oh, I'm an adult and you can't teach me nothing syndrome. If you don't have that, if you allow a child to have their personality, if you allow them to be who they are, you are here to guide them. You are not here to um beat them into submission and make them who you want them to be. That's, if you're not that parent, or if you're not that adult and you actually let a child be human, you can learn something from them. Okay, they can teach you a lot, a whole lot. How do you think most psychologists learned um, what they call developmental psychology, where you start from birth and follow a child along their ages and stages in life? That's developmental psychology. You know what they learned and how they learned? They learned from a child, from a baby, from this little bitty infant. They learned. That's why psychologists can sit and tell you about what a child might be experiencing, because they sat and they learned from a child. Okay. Um. Anyway, I get irritated. Okay, I get a little animated, a little hype when people don't pay attention to the babies and let them be human. They are no different than you. They have experiences, and just because they are younger and they ain't paying bills yet, and having to do whatever it is an adult has to do, does not negate the fact that they are indeed having real world, real life experiences. Okay, anytime you got to interact with another human being, you in the real world, you're having a real life experience. Okay, this is the real world for them. We are all in a different part of the same boat. That's it. Nobody is above, nobody is below. It's a, it's the same. It's just in a different phase. That's all. Okay, so stop downplaying what a baby might be going through, or a child, or a teenager. Stop it, because when you do that, then they feel alone, they feel misunderstood, then they become adults who have to heal from childhood wounds and doing inner child healing. And like, when will we start raising healthy adults? Like, that's what we have to think about. One day we're gonna have to send that child out into the world, and when we send them out into the world, will they be equipped to deal with what is out in the world, away from us, like completely away from us? Yeah, we send them out into the world every day, but like, when we die, can they survive without us? Okay. um and they need to know what it means to love themselves enough to know, all right, I need to take a step back. This is a day that I do not need to exert my energy or have anybody project whatever issues that they have going on onto me. So I'm gonna just fall back and stay in my little coven for the day. That's self-love. And children have an innate sense of when they need to self-love, just like you have an innate sense to know when you need to self-love. So you take that mental health day. Okay, don't teach babies or children that when they are at the brink of breakdown, to push ahead, because it might be that day that you sent them out into that world and heard they done snapped. They took a pencil and stabbed some child in the neck, or they got into a fight, or I know that's morbid, but like that's the reality when you stress the hell out and people force you to interact when you know that you need to just love on yourself for the day. You don't need to put your energy or mix your energy with anybody. And the moment that you force yourself to do it, then that's when all hell breaks loose. And what could have been avoided had you just taken a day, now you got to deal with all this other stuff. Think about that. Like, really consider babies go through that too. All right. Um, that's that. I got uh, quite a few more videos coming up. And if I didn't welcome y'all, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here and listening to me rant about the babies and all of that. More to come. I always say that, and just life kind of takes over. But you know, it's life. Anyway, so I have a couple of more videos that I will be putting out between later on today and sometime tomorrow. So I will holler at y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.